It is my pleasure to introduce a member of the graduating class, Mr. David Johnson, with his message for his fellow classmates.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, and guests. My name is David Johnson, and I'm a senior at Putnam City originally, yet I haven't exactly had the same year as the students sitting before me. My days were not spent in the regular classroom, but in hospital rooms, hooked up to IV poles. I was often caught flirting with older nurses, instead of the teenage girls after which the rest of my friends were chasing. The halls I walked were not filled with students, but rather patients, just trying to survive. My life before had been driven by friends, athletics, and good grades, yet my focus was drastically shifted when I was diagnosed with bone cancer in September. I learned very quickly that part of the effects of having aggressive chemotherapy and bone replacement surgery, besides the nausea, hair loss, and pain, is that I had to rapidly mature to deal with issues that are now life-threatening. The most empowering part of this newfound knowledge is that the insight I gained can be shared, and hopefully I can pass on something that you can use today. Cancer has forced me to examine my life, determine what is important, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. It seems common to desire more in life, and yet, at the same time, it is human nature to resist change. People would like to improve their life, yet few really want to do something about it. Change feels like the enemy to be avoided at all costs, because it is the unknown. The old saying is that it's much easier to face the hell of what you know than the heaven of what you don't. I personally have been through a challenging situation, which made it seem implausible to migrate all the way to San Diego to attend college. Even though I wasn't planning on staying home my freshman year, at least I would know what to expect. I started letting self-doubt and worry keep me from reaching goals that I had set since grade school. Luckily, it dawned on me that it would be a terrible waste of a good scholarship and that I could let this cancer either be a bump in the road on my journey through life or a total roadblock. My decision to venture out has altered my all-around perspective with a new appreciation of life and what it has to offer. I feel I've been given a chance for more and find the beauty of being alive is that we have the ability each day to create, achieve, and importantly, the ability to change. While cancer made me question my goals, it has also caused me to become insecure about my looks and has posed difficulties maneuvering in the circles in which I formerly felt so assured. There was the immediate shock when I lost my hair and the continual reminder each day when I looked in the mirror that made it difficult to be the same guy that I always was. However, as I'm speaking today, it proves that people can overcome insecurities. It does take courage. But courage is not the absence of fear, but rather feeling the fear and doing it anyways. Courage can be as simple as asking for help from others when you find that you are at your lowest point. It's challenging to move beyond our own personal spheres of safety. Courage, however, will inspire you to start new endeavors, and determination will guide you to complete them. It first requires expanding our comfort zone by stretching it with new ideas and thoughts until your zone is larger yet still intact. You will grow into a more complete and rounded person as your physical and emotional zones merge. This is much easier said than it is to put into action. I went through most of this year afraid to walk these halls of our school because I felt different. I went to fewer social gatherings and started participating less on the weekends. However, I now find that you simply cannot live the rest of your life in this manner. Your comfort zone is not etched in stone, and makes for no guarantee that you receive the outcome that you wish. In this regard, we graduates are all in the same boat, leaving high school and venturing into new and unknown areas. Like I said, I'm currently heading to California to start my post-high school career with no safety net to fall back on, other than the confidence that my decisions will lead me in the direction that I want to head. I also have had the support of many teachers, friends, and family. You have given me strength and fortitude when I could not find it in myself. I hope I can repay you by doing the same for others, because our purpose on this planet is to expand and enrich our body, mind, and spirit, and then help others do the same. Woodrow Wilson wisely said, You are not here merely to make a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand. My challenges this year are not isolated. Everyone experiences significant emotional events that shape our beliefs about what is possible in life. We give meaning to these events, meanings that often motivate us to improve our lives. Don't get me wrong, I've often found myself disempowered, depressed, and disillusioned this year. I can place no blame that cancer occurs solely to teach people to understand, but I do believe that it ultimately has this effect. I might never have learned that I am not the center of the universe and that I truly care about so many different people. So change is inevitable. Progress is not. Commit to making daily progress in the direction of your dreams. Progress comes with not being afraid to reinvent yourself. I was not really considered an artsy person, but without athletics, I had to improvise and learn a new skill. Surprisingly, I loved when I started to paint because the proceeds of my works went to cancer research. I even met people. It felt empowering to help other people when I was supposed to be the person being helped. Furthermore, I met people who showed me the true art of healing. First you accomplish, then you share with others as I'm doing today, and finally you put into action to ease the burden for the next guy who has to walk in your shoes. In closing, I want to tell a story that illustrates why you should never wait to move your life in a positive direction. I became friends with a 16-year-old boy named Justin Scott. We roomed together in March on a ski trip, and during this time, I got to know a hilarious guy who was full of practical jokes and always ready to have fun. Justin was scheduled to have a bone marrow transplant in April that would hopefully cure him of a rare form of leukemia. Unfortunately, a few days before his scheduled transplant, doctors informed Justin that his cancer had relapsed and there was nothing they could do for him. They told him he had 7 days to live. Even while I was reeling from the devastation of such news, Justin shouldered it with amazing courage and his normal tenacity. Rather than giving up in despair, he took on the challenge to continue living life to its absolute fullest. The day after receiving the worst prognosis, he flew in an open cockpit plane, drove a Ferrari, and even went skydiving. Unfortunately, nothing in life is ever guaranteed. Justin died only 6 days later. So I challenge you not to wait one single second to start living your life like today was your last. Thanks for listening and good luck in all that you do.